Yeah, what a week, huh?
Yeah, this week was a long day.
A very random segment with Bradley and Clee. A very random segment.
Hola, you amazing artist. So here we are in the studio, and we have power.
We have power, and we're back, sort of.
This video is probably going to take me about 8 hours to upload because our internet sucks right now.
I had some words reserved for our internet service provider, but I'll keep them to myself. It's not that they aren't working on it. It's just that they aren't updating anyone.
As you guys know that have been watching the posts and that went to our vlog channel and saw the one video that we got to post post-hurricane. The worst is when the wind is like, and you could hear the rain just hitting on the side of the house. It's like hitting against the door and hitting against the windows. Stuff landing. And we had no power, no internet, obviously. We had a boil order for water, and a giant tree landed in our driveway, and we were quite literally trapped on our property. Not inside our house, but we were trapped on our property for a few days. Wow. So we're definitely not going anywhere. A lot of people, when they would see the posts that we would get to post every once in a while, were like, you must be creating a lot of art. And I'll be honest with you, when there's no electricity in your studio and you live in Florida and it's hot, you don't really create that much art.
It came to my awareness that when basic needs are kind of iffy, it's not the best fertile ground for creativity.
Yeah. Now, that being said, we made the most of the experience as best we could. I created a stove out of an old coffee can and a blowtorch, and we had blowtorch coffee and blowtorch steaks and eggs and all kinds of yummy foods.
Really good.
Yeah, while the refrigerator was like slowly thawing out because we were trying to use up the food that was in there. The biggest thing about this whole situation was realizing that sometimes you are allowed to step back and just kind of like step back and take a pause in what it is that you're doing, whether it's with your creativity or with your art business. But I would say that it doesn't take a hurricane to have that realization.
It shouldn't take a hurricane to let yourself give yourself permission to take a pause if you need to.
Yeah.
It literally took a hurricane for us to shut the studio down for a couple days. And I have to say, and some of you may think that I'm exaggerating or not being truthful, but honest to God, I had a great time during our hurricane shutdown. And I think it was because I gave myself permission not only to take a pause from what I was doing, but I gave myself permission to not worry about anything related to the business. Obviously, we kept customers notified and tried our best to let everyone know what was going on. But I relinquished myself from the guilt or stress that I might feel about things going out a couple days or a week later than expected.
Which is interesting because like that, I would say, was one of the biggest struggles. Our power went out for 4 or 5 days, but we did not have flooding. So like some people experienced really, really bad damage. They experienced flooding in their house. They were displaced. Some people had a tree just go right through their house. So like we were lucky enough that we didn't experience anything severe other than the inconvenience of not having power, having to boil our water, and not having internet and spotty cell internet during the day.
Which essentially for us is just going back to our roots.
Yeah, exactly.
Of camping.
I mean, honestly, it's like the most posh camping that there is because we did have running water and a toilet, which when we spent a month out in the Everglades in primitive camping, we did not have water or a running toilet.
Mm-mm.
As far as the experience was amazing. As far as creativity with it, anytime that you take a moment to disconnect and just experience the world, it definitely is going to inspire stuff.
You're gonna whittle on some shit?
I'm gonna whittle on some shit.
No, it's trying to get you. Here, hold on. Hold still. Bring your foot back. Okay.
Like, just even the experience of, like, sitting there and listening to this storm and watching
the crazy power of a hurricane.
Yeah, and then the aftermath of that, of, like, the world was just completely quiet for a while, and then all you could hear were chainsaws
and generators.
And Day 4, no power.
No power. There's sounds of generators and things.
And planes.
And chainsaws.
Yeah.
But even that disruption of normalcy was an entirely huge shift in perspective.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why our tagline is inspired by the stuff of life. And although for a lot of people, a lot of people were like, we're really sorry that you had to go through that. To be honest with you, it was kind of necessary at this point to be able to step back and really take a look and reevaluate some things. Some things that maybe were taking a priority that needed to take a step back. And I think as artists, and especially as artists trying to do this as a career, I think it's really important to stop and reevaluate what you're doing and what your priorities are at every chance that you get.
This was a wake-up call for me, not only to appreciate the things that we take for granted, but also, like, wow, dudes, I've been so stressed out about time, so absorbed in that world of just go, go, go and task management. And don't get me wrong, I love what I do. I'm not complaining, but, like, I did not have my priorities straight. I don't think my stress levels were higher than I like them to be. And so, like, literally I came from this hiatus, this hurricane hiatus, feeling rejuvenated.
Right.
Like I had been on a camping vacation.
Everybody that I contacted and told them, listen, we just went through this. Your order's going to be late. Post office are closed. We have no power. We have no way of getting to the post office, even if they were open. Everybody was so understanding. We had one that was not.
Yes, I had one customer reach out and request a cancellation of order and a refund, which in of itself doesn't bother me. What I had to deal with was the fact that I have never failed to fulfill an order.
Oh, yeah.
And so this hit home, like this hit the people pleaser button real hard. Because I pride myself on being timely and fulfilling orders that come through the site or the platform or wherever it is. So to have somebody request a refund because I literally could not send them their order, was like, ooh, that stings a little bit. And yes, I wanted to get mad at them for it, but they do have the right to do so.
Yeah.
And as a shop owner, I could have said no, sorry, and here's why. But for me, I figured, you know what? The easiest route here is just give them the refund.
Yeah.
They get what they want. I move on and focus on other things.
Yeah, like,
cool.
Making sure that, we're making our steaks
blowtorch
on
steaks.
A blowtorch maker.
At a timely hour, because when you're living without power, you're on a different rhythm. You're on circadian rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. It was so weird. It was like we were going to bed early. We were getting plenty of sleep. It was amazing. It was good. It was a good disconnect. Now, unfortunately, we are still dealing with the aftermath, which means that our internet is extremely, extremely spotty and cannot handle videos or live streams or anything like that. So for the time being, we may be taking a hiatus, or I'll be posting older videos that aren't actually public on YouTube. That way you guys could still get a little bit of us without us having to upload. But I will be uploading things overnight and letting it take the 8 to 10 hours to upload, unfortunately.
With the hopes that internet will return to some semblance of normal soon. We've done everything we can do on our end, and now it's just a matter of waiting for the service provider to finish what they're doing.
We're waiting on them, and it's hard not to be like...
So we're with Tree and without internet a little bit.
Yeah.
but we're doing what we can.
Yeah.
And also now the challenge is not to slip right back into the stress of like trying to micromanage things that are out of our control, like the internet.
Absolutely. When you want to do this for a living, it's really, really important to watch yourself and remind yourself all the time that this is supposed to be fun. And not to say that we weren't having fun with our art career the week before the hurricane hit, but there are certain things that like start whenever you add anything stressful into your creativity, it could cause overwhelm. And if it causes overwhelm, that's actually counterproductive to being creative. So sometimes it is necessary to take a step back so you could reevaluate. But again, it doesn't take a hurricane. Just reevaluate.
We don't wish hurricanes or any other form of natural disaster on any of you in order to take a pause and decide where you are and where you're going.
Yeah.
And for any of you that have been dealing with natural disaster stuff, our thoughts and hearts are with you.
Yeah.
It could have been so much worse for us.
Yep.
If you guys want to see the full hurricane experience that Rafi was diligent enough to get uploaded overnight, you can check that out on our vlog channel.
Yep.
Here we're giving you the Cliff's Notes, the highlights reel, and some insights, of course, that we gleaned.
Mostly this is just an update video, but I'm really curious to hear any time where you guys have been maybe forced to take a step back and how it was that you handled it. That would be great. Just leave that in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I totally adore you. And by the way, this video right here, that is the video that is on our vlog channel, and you guys could enjoy that. And if you like this video and you'd like to watch more of us, just click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. Say goodbye, Clay.
Good day.
Adios.